Another old versus new camera comparison video, CMF Phone 1 versus CMF Phone 2 Pro. This is the audio test on both phones. We got dual camera system on CMF Phone 1 with that depth sensing sensor as the secondary camera, and we got triple camera setup, a proper triple camera setup on CMF Phone 2 Pro. I think that's it for the quick audio test. Let the battle begin.
So glad you made it. Party's just beginning. I'm on your
On 1X, you would see that you got a wider field of view on Phone 2 Pro. You also have gradual blur looking at the background. Also, if you look on my mom's hair, you got better contrast on Phone 2 Pro. It's a bit brighter, warmer, and soft on Phone 1.
when I play the game.
And if you check the details, you got smoother face on Phone 2 Pro, and you got natural looking skin tone and detailed on Phone 1.
Got that egomania and don't care what the
On 2X, both phones can detect foreground and background blur. You got natural looking tone on Phone 2 Pro, while you have a warmer white balance on CMF Phone 1. Again, if you look on the field of view, you got wider FOV on Phone 2 Pro.
media and don't care what the past is. I've been
In terms of skin tone, warmer on Phone 2 Pro and cooler on Phone 1.
if it means I'm on your TV.
Now on portrait zoom, you will have 3x and 4x on CMF Phone 2 Pro, while we don't have this option in field of view on CMF Phone 1.
Get my 15 minutes. Tell me what you're craving. I want more and more of it. So give your worst. Don't
The older Phone 1 can only shoot 1x and 2x, but you have 4 FOV on CMF Phone 2 Pro.
don't care what the past is. Got that
Now on selfie, different implementation, you got a warmer and smoother face on Phone 2 Pro and brighter, while you got a natural looking tone and detailed face on Phone 1.
care what the past is.
Alright, now we're doing the vlogging test using CMF Phone 1 and Phone 2 Pro. So at 1080p 30 FPS on both phones, we don't have 4K video recording. So in our comparison test, we got 3 video tests from vlogging, outdoors, and low light video because I want to cater different types of scenarios. In terms of the video quality of the selfie video, you got better contrast or stronger contrast on CMF Phone 2 Pro versus the brighter CMF Phone 1. I think that's it for the selfie video recording. Now let's check the rear cameras. Alright, we're testing the rear cameras of both phones. This is really quick. We don't have ultra wide on CMF Phone 1, so you can see the difference. If you like to shoot ultra wide, then go for CMF Phone 2 Pro. But it can only shoot 1080p 30 FPS, so you're limited to 1080p. But I think the video quality is good on the CMF Phone 2 Pro. Now let's check the main sensor. Now, this is the main sensor test, 4K 30 FPS on both phones, a proper 4K battle between these two phones. Same sensor, 50 megapixel sensor on both phones. I think the difference here is the aperture of the lens, f1.9 on CMF Phone 2 Pro versus f1.8 on CMF Phone 1. In terms of video quality, let's check the details using my hand. So, you got a brighter CMF Phone 1 versus the natural looking colors on CMF Phone 2 Pro. That's really nice. Both phones are really good, even the subject separation. I think in terms of the colors, almost the same look as well. And this is the close-up video of my face on the main sensor. Now let's check the zoom. Now we're testing the zoom capabilities of both phones. So 50mm versus 52mm. We're just cropping it on the 50 megapixel main sensor of CMF Phone 1, while we have a dedicated 2x telephoto on CMF Phone 2 Pro. In terms of framing, there's a difference on framing because you have a dedicated sensor on CMF Phone 2 Pro. So there's a little bit of like framing difference between these two phones. In terms of video quality, I like CMF Phone 2 Pro compared to CMF Phone 1 just because of the dedicated telephoto 2x. I'm really surprised with the value of CMF Phone 2 Pro. Good job for the Nothing Company because they provided triple camera setup on a budget phone. I think that's it for the vlogging test. On our image quality, starting with the ultra-wide, it's a win for CMF Phone 2 Pro. We don't have this ultra-wide on the older CMF phone, although 8 megapixel for the CMF Phone 2 Pro, but the latest budget phone have good colors and details.
Heartbeat. Take those fragile years, all your worry and tears, and put them.
Now on the main sensor, I think you have the same hardware here. So you have the same looking shots. You have over-sharpened look on CMF Phone 1. I like the contrast on the new CMF phone. It gives a depth to the image.
Worth the risk, cause it dug us a deeper love. Never in a million years Didn't think I'd get so lucky. Never.
On 2x, if you look on this image, you will see that you got better details on the 3 on CMF Phone 2 Pro.
And now I can't imagine a life without you. And every song that I write's about you. Just thought you should know I'll never let you go. Never in a million years.
We got a 4-door zoom in CMF Phone 2 Pro, plus you have better details on it too.
Honey, I've been thinking about how we've come to be found in this moment. Makes it easy to believe, must be more to you and me.
The 2x can be converted to a macro if you need close-up shots.
And I must admit that every morning I wake up.
Alright, outdoor test. Both phones were updated to the latest Android OS, just so you know. And all the lenses are cleaned before we go. This is 1080p 30 FPS on both phones using the selfie camera. Look at the vlogging quality outdoors. Checking the autofocus. And looking at the colors. The sky and the trees. Let's check the video stabilization. Alright, let's check the rear cameras. This is the ultra wide on CMF Phone 2 Pro. We got a proper ultra wide on this phone. This is the vlogging test. So you'll get more out of the Pro version CMF Phone 2 Pro compared to CMF Phone 1 if you're trying to upgrade to the latest model. This is the colors and the sky. Checking the stabilization. Let's check the main sensors. Now checking the main sensor, 4K 30 FPS on both phones. We got a proper 4K for CMF Phone 1 and Phone 2 Pro. Look at the colors outdoors. Lighter sky on CMF Phone 1 compared to the latest version. Also, the color of the grass is more saturated on the older model. Checking the autofocus. And this is the vlogging style outdoors. This is what you would look like with proper lighting. Now let's check the video stabilization. Alright, we have 2x on CMF Phone 2 Pro 50 megapixel versus digital crop on CMF Phone 1. Can you see the difference? I like the colors and details on CMF Phone 2 Pro. Also the colors. They are color accurate compared to CMF Phone 1. A quick stabilization test. And going for the 4D zoom. We got 6x on CMF Phone 2 Pro. Wow, and 10x on CMF Phone 1. Switching back to the main sensor. Which 4K is better? Testing the night shot on all the sensors, we got ultra wide on CMF Phone 2 Pro. The images are really good and we don't have this focal length on CMF Phone 1. On the main sensor, we got a brighter look on CMF Phone 2 Pro compared to an HDR looking CMF Phone 1. Maybe just a lighting issue, but if you nail the perfect shot, then you get a more colorful shot on CMF Phone 2 Pro. And on 2x, because of the extra telephoto on CMF Phone 2 Pro, we got better details and colors and less noise on the latest budget phone. Now we're testing the low light video on CMF Phone 1 and CMF Phone 2 Pro. Pro because we had triple camera setup at the back, and CMF Phone only has dual camera with that depth sensing sensor. Not really a camera, but just for the portrait mode. So in terms of the selfie video recording, same 16 megapixel sensor. I think this is the same sensor, 1/3 inch sensor. In terms of video quality, almost the same in terms of details, noise quality. The only difference here is you have a brighter CMF Phone 1 versus the darker, more contrasty feel on CMF Phone 2 Pro. I think that's it for the selfie video recording. Now let's check the rear cameras. Alright, we're starting with the ultra wide on the rear camera, and you have CMF Phone 1. We have 0.5x. This is a 12 megapixel sensor. We don't have ultra wide on CMF Phone 1, so that's the biggest difference between these two phones. In terms of the camera modules at the back, you have iPhone 16 like CMF Phone 1 and iPhone 16 Pro like on CMF Phone 2 Pro. That's the biggest difference in terms of aesthetics. I think that's it for the ultra wide test. Now let's check the main sensor. Now, this is the main sensor test on both phones. So we have 50 megapixel on both. I think, again, this is the same sensor, 1/1.57, 50 megapixel sensor. I think the biggest difference on the main sensor is the autofocus. We had face detection autofocus on CMF Phone 1 and dual face detection autofocus on CMF Phone 2 Pro. In terms of video quality, warmer white balance on CMF Phone 2 Pro, while you have a natural looking or neutral tone on CMF Phone 1. I think that's it for the main sensor test. Now let's check the zoom. Now we're testing the zoom capabilities of both phones. So we have 2x crop on CMF Phone 1. This is 52mm. While we have a dedicated camera on CMF Phone 2 Pro, this is 2x optical zoom 50 megapixel sensor. In terms of 2x zoom, I would go with CMF Phone 2 Pro because of the dedicated sensor. I think that's it for the low light video test. Now let's check the video resolution. This is the video resolution test starting with CMF Phone 1. This is in 4K 30 FPS. And we also have a proper 4K 30 FPS on CMF Phone 2 Pro. I think that's it for a camera comparison video. I think CMF Phone 2 Pro is an upgrade from CMF Phone 1 because of the triple camera setup and what it offers on the image and video quality. I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.